In this video, we're going to look at using the bunny ears figure of 8 knot to create a quick anchor with load sharing and redundancy. There are a number of different techniques for tying a bunny ears figure of 8. The technique I'm going to use, the rethreaded bunny ears, stands out to me for a few reasons. It makes it trivial to get the size of the bunny ears loops exactly the size that we need them, or to have one loop small and the other large. Both of these things can be difficult with some techniques for tying the bunny ears figure of 8. If we do need to adjust the size of our loops to fine-tune our load sharing, this is also very easy. But finally, and what really makes this a go-to technique for me, it allows us to create an anchor using no equipment whatsoever other than our rope, by tying our bunny ears directly around anchor points such as trees. Here I'm using carabiners, but exactly the same process and technique applies for tying our bunny ears directly around anchor points. I'm going to start by tying a single figure of 8 in my rope. I'm going to give myself a nice long tail because the knot uses a fair bit of rope. With the bunny ears going through carabiners and keeping the knot quite close to my anchor points, a long arm span of rope should be about the right length. If you have large anchor points, or if you want the knot a good distance from your anchor points, you'll need more tail still. I'll pass the tail of the rope through the first anchor point to create my first loop, and pass it into the knot as though I were beginning to create a rethreaded figure of 8. For a rethreaded figure of 8, I'd follow this rope with the tail to come through the knot. Instead of doing that, the rope's going to pass around the other side of the standing end of the knot and come back out the head of the knot to create our second bunny loop. And I'll pass the rope back into the knot, and we're following the strand of tail that's at the bottom to complete our follow through. And there's our bunny ears figure of 8 knot. If we wanted to adjust the length of the loops, and here the loop on the left is a little too short, the top strand of rope is a common strand between both loops, so I can use it to adjust the size of both loops, taking from one to give to the other.